Hello there, Sully here, the retired techie anchor. Welcome to Transitions. Before we get started, just take a moment, if you haven't subscribed already, to hit the subscribe button, which is located, yeah, it's still there, right down there. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for the support. And if you're a returning visitor and have yet to subscribe, why not? It's simple. Well, Tuesday we got the sad news that John Prine had succumbed to Corona-19, COVID-19, whatever we're calling it. He was 73 years old. I really loved John Prine's music, and I've been a fan of his practically from the start. And I'm thinking about the summer of 1975 when Common Sense came out, and I had that album on 8-track, believe it or not. If you're old enough to remember an 8-track player, uh, and you couldn't have a car that didn't have an 8-track player, and I had the album Common Sense on 8-track, and I had a hard time getting that out of my player. If you're not familiar with John Prine's music, I mean, you probably heard some of his songs. Just pick up his greatest hits album, Strange Days. It's probably the best intro to John Prine's music if you're not totally familiar with it. He did win a couple of Grammys, and more recently he's worked a lot in Nashville, particularly with people like Iris DeMent. I think he recorded some songs with Sturgill Simpson too, but don't quote me on that. On the good news front, I was happy to hear the other day that Tom Rush is fully recovered from the COVID-19 virus. He was not hospitalized. Apparently, he just had a mild case of it. And he is remaining in isolation at his home in Rockport, Maine. So, Tom, that's great news. And I really hope to see you when you come through Philly here on your rescheduled tour. But that's down the line. I'm still getting a lot of pretty crazy memes and other information across my Facebook page. And there's also some pretty good cartoons, which a lot of Far Side stuff and a few other things that are helping me keep my sense of humor about this whole thing. Because if I didn't keep my sense of humor, I'd go nuts. As Jimmy Buffett said, if we weren't all crazy, we'd all go insane. So, after seeing more and more of the memes that I was getting and the cartoons that I was getting, I thought that maybe it was time to make a second video for Throwback Thursday. I also got a link. There's a channel called Curly's Grandson. It's actually Jerome Howard's grandson, his actual grandson, who has a YouTube channel. And it's basically a public service announcement from Mo, in which Curly's grandson is also featured. I put a link to it in the description, and you might want to check it out. And being Throwback Thursday, I just might have to toss in a song here, too. So, without further ado, here is my Volume 2 of a humorous look at a serious situation. Well, how busy are you staying during the lockdown? And of course, if you really need something to do, you need to draw on your hobbies, or what you do well. This has nothing to do with the pandemic, but I just thought it was funny. It made my day. Yeah, you can always count on Gary Larson. This is one of my favorites. Again, nothing to do with the pandemic, but at least he's showing his artistic bent.
Meet the parents. I wonder if this fella has an essential job. I love Gary Larson. I love The Far Side. Oh, by the way, they started the trout season early in Pennsylvania. It started earlier this week, 2 weeks before it was supposed to. Is this fishing at the on Doomsday? Well, if you really need to know how to do it, use these handy guidelines. Don't hop on the bus, Gus. Stay away from the pack, Jack. And that's all you're getting from me. Yep. People bought enough toilet paper for 30 years because they thought they were going to run out. I'm seeing the toilet paper is back in the stores now, by the way. Yeah. Good on you, cats. The first time social distancing was practiced, I think. I'm not going to touch this one. Yep. The homeschool marching band. For all you Lego fans out there, again, nothing to do with the coronavirus, but it is Easter time. The Easter Bunny has to give a shout out to his peeps. Again, I'm not going to touch this one. Yeah, sounds about right. Now you have the song in your head for the rest of the day, don't you? Yeah, for the record, I think horoscopes are a bunch of hooey. I don't believe in astrology, but I already did a video on that subject. I sent this one to my barber. Yeah, it's getting weird out there, people. Yeah, welcome to the Sopranos Cafe. You no get in. Forget about it. Social distancing in Newark. Yeah, this one seemed a little bit poignant to me. I guess I had to include it. Three brilliant doctors. Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Spread out. Don't be a knucklehead. Spread out. And this poor Sparky here finally realized he wasn't going to have to be an emotional support dog.
Well, trying to keep my sense of humor about it and trying to brighten your day up. And of course, being Throwback Thursday, I have to include a song. And keeping with the time of year, this is the time of year when a lot of people, especially if you live in more rural areas, you start to plant your garden. So I decided I would record the garden song. Good springtime song, good song for a lovely day like this. Or, well, it looks lovely now, but I think we're supposed to get some pretty nasty rain later on. So, without further ado, the garden song. Hope you enjoy it. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. I feel the need to grow my own, for the time is close at hand. Rain for rain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain to the music of the land. And inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Care and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as a feathered beef up there. And inch by inch, row by row, make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Till the rain comes a-tumbling down. Well, there you have it. I hope I've brightened your spirits a little bit today. And just remember, use common sense, follow the rules of social distancing, stay home unless you absolutely have to go out, wash your hands frequently, do all those things that your public health officials and scientists are telling you to do. And just a word of warning, don't get your advice from some guy in his car on YouTube, because there was a guy who put a video up there, I'm sorry, there was a woman that said that African Americans and people of color, black people especially, were immune to the coronavirus, and that's just not so. If you think that African Americans are not capable of catching the coronavirus, just ask the Marsalis brothers about how their father died. Just ask the family of that SEPTA bus driver who died. Just ask the family of the Philadelphia police officer who died. If you're African American, please understand that this virus is actually ravaging your demographic, because there are people within your community who are not observing the rules. And there are people from all demographics. Everybody should be observing the rules. So please, everybody, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay alive, stay home. We will get by, we will survive. We will survive. For Transitions, this is Sully, the retired tank anchor. Safe and happy travels.